And for my fathers out there, happy Father's Day, belated by one day. Okay, so if you have late payments on your credit report, 30 days, 60 days, or even 90 days, I'm about to tell you my secret to removing those late payments. And you can check out my most recent videos because this is exactly what I have been going over. Why are we going over this? Well, because the way that I dispute is a little known formula that other people just aren't using. No one's talking about it. So obviously I'm going to give you my secrets because that's what I've been doing for 9 years with over 1,500 videos, right? I have the way to remove things and all you gotta do is pay attention. So, all right, let's get onto it. If you have late payments, you wanna get them removed, just pay attention for a couple of minutes because this is going to be short. So when you look at your credit report, if you have a 30-day, a 60-day, or a 90-day late payment, not more than that, cannot be 120 days late, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to remove it from your credit report to make it look like magically you were never late. And I use this all the time. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the burden of proof directly onto the data furnisher and the credit bureaus. Because if you go back and look at Cushman versus TransUnion from 1997, basically congressional opinion, we're going to kind of squish it down to make it simple. Congressional opinion was that the credit bureaus cannot put the burden of proof on you, the consumer, right? Because that's what they want to do. They want to make you furnish documentation to prove that you weren't late, this, that, and the third. No, my friend. The burden of proof is on the credit bureaus. So logically, just think about it. Logically, what could they possibly prove with documentation-wise that would prove that you were late? I would have to say that the only legal proof would be if they, the data furnisher, gives you, the consumer, a copy of their bank statement, right? They're not going to do that. When did you ever hear of a data furnisher, like an actual company, giving you, the consumer, a copy of their bank statement? They're not going to do it. They are not going to do it. So how can you use this process? Now that you know this, that is the only legal proof that they could possibly provide, showing that you were actually late, how can you use that to remove a late payment from your credit report? First of all, you're going to write a letter to the credit bureau saying, I was not late on insert date, right? I was not late on June 2023. I was not late, I don't know, September 2021, okay? That's what you're going to say. And then you're going to say, delete this late payment for inaccuracy, right? An update to pay it on time, never late. Now, let's say that they just don't want to do that. They come back and they say, no, it was verified. What you're going to do is you're going to now use this reason and you're going to say, furnisher's bank statement proving that I was late on X date. This account must be updated to pay it on time, never late. What you're going to include is a copy of Cushman versus TransUnion, not the whole thing, right? But you're going to include the page that shows the lawsuit, Cushman versus TransUnion, 1997, okay? Pay attention to the words I'm saying. Cushman versus TransUnion, this is a lawsuit from 1997. You're going to include page 1 and the page, I believe it's around page 6, where it says exactly what I just told you in the beginning, that the burden of proof not be placed back on you, especially after you say that you were not late, okay? You're going to include your letter, your identification, and page 1 of Cushman versus TransUnion, and the page that stipulates exactly what I said, where congressional opinion was that the burden of proof has to be put back onto the bureaus and the data furnisher, okay? And that's it. That is it. That is it. That is the number one thing. Number 2, if you are trying to remove the whole account, let's say that you have way too many late payments, 30, 60, 90, 120, so on and so forth. There's no way to update this. You can't fix it, okay? And I actually just posted a video. You might want to go after we're done here. You want to go and check that out because I give you the key to removing these things, okay? But I'm going to give it to you right now because I'm in the, giving mood, okay? So you are going to state one oldest payment. I paid on time on delete for inaccuracy. When they say, oh no, sorry consumer, it is, verified as accurate. You're now going to state they did not enter the required notice of dispute pursuant to section 623A3. Go and check it out. they're actually required to state that the account was disputed by you, the consumer. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to put it on there, okay? Now it's a violation of FCRA 623A3, and you're going to state that now that you are in violation, this whole account needs to be removed, okay? So those are my 2 secrets. Number 1, using a bank statement, because there's no other proof. Anything outside of that bank statement from the data furnisher is here. I can say that John Doe or even the president was required to pay me on X date and he didn't pay me on X date. Well, guess what? The only proof would be for me to furnish a copy of my bank statement proving that that payment did not get accepted into my bank account on the date that it was agreed. Anything outside of that is me just saying that, right? And that is hearsay. We do not deal with hearsay is not admissible in court. It will not hold up, okay? So that's what you have to be thinking when you are writing your dispute reasons. Would this hold up in court? If it cannot hold in court, then for them, that's obviously it's going to be removed, but for you, you need to be very careful the way that you say things because we are creating a paper trail, okay? Everything is about a paper trail. That is why things out certified, all right? So if you want to learn more about this, I give you all the tools, And guess what? You can learn how to remove not just late payment, but collections, charge-offs, repossessions, bankruptcy, judgments, tax liens, and more. The link is down in the description. It's a brand new playbook that shows you literally step by step all the things that you need to know to remove those things, and it is going to be on sale. Today is the last day until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because of Father's Day, right? I created a brand new playbook, ran it for Father's Day, and you can get it for now until midnight, my time, Eastern Standard Time, for just $59. It's $79. It's not going to disappear. It's just going to be $20 more. Okay. So if you are trying to attention to the person who gotten over 50,000 negative the last 5 years, okay, as well, I'm literally just one person doing this. Okay? So the link is sendme2.com/playbook3. All right, and you can also access my brand new do-it-yourself credit course. It is sendme2.co/toolkit. Okay, both of those links are down in the description. So, it's not easy to remove late payments. It is not easy to remove accounts. But when you have a formula, when you have structure, it makes it not only a lot easier to do so, but it's permanent, right? Because we don't want these things to just come 30 days and then go back on. No. We want them to come off permanently. There's all these people out here in the YouTube playland. I call it Wonderland, where they want you to believe that just sending out this or saying this one thing is going to get things removed, and all they're doing is sending out the same thing that millions of people sent out before, that the bureaus get literally million times per month, and it's not going to work. So if you are not going to be going in cannons with your disputes and you're just sending in squirt guns, then you are not going to get these things removed. And if you don't get them removed, you're going to be back here 5 years later watching my videos, except for now I'm going to have 2,500 videos instead of 1,500, and you're going to be in the same spot, and I don't want you to be in the same spot. So if you want to see if I can permanently remove your negative items for you, obviously this is what I do. I get clients hundreds of points increase on their credit scores and remove negative items for them, okay? my40.com. Schedule a call with me. I'll see if I can help. If I can't, I'll point you to some videos or some, resource or whatever. But you can legally and permanently remove whatever it is that you have on your credit report. But there's a very specific way that it needs to be. And outside of that, if it's not done the right way, then it's just not going to come off. You see, the credit bureaus have zero incentive to remove these things from your credit report. If you don't believe me, go look up what business the credit bureaus are in. They are in the data business. That means that they obtain, maintain, and sell your information. It does not mean they are in the business of removing your negative items from your credit report. So that means that they have zero incentive because they want to keep you in the subprime market, right? They want you in the 500 to 600s. They don't want you in the 700s because the higher your credit score, the less money they can make off of you, right? And every time you delete something from your credit report, they are no longer being paid to report it. Okay? So that's why they have zero incentive to remove these things from your credit report. Once you understand what you're dealing with, it makes it a little bit easier to create your process, what you're gonna go and do, your action plan. And I give you all of these tools, but all you gotta do is follow it. All you gotta do is follow it. I prove to you day in and day out that this works. I prove to you, I show you that I remove late payments, that I remove collections and third-party collections, debt buyer collections, charge-offs, foreclosures, judgments, tax liens. So the things that I tell you, they actually work because I prove them all the time. Go look at the playlist on client results. Such as, I don't know, maybe the 700 accounts that I removed from 2 clients' credit reports in a matter of 60 days. Or the last video that I posted on that playlist was the 300-point increase in one client's credit score in just 30 days. So does my process work? Yes, it does. All you gotta do is follow it. I promise you that when you put the work in, you will see the results. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time, especially if this is something that you don't do for a living, or you're not really sure on how it works. But that's why I create these toolkits. That's why I create these playbooks, so that you can go and utilize my process, okay? So another thing that you wanna understand about late payments is that you are only disputing, gotta pay attention, you're only disputing one at a time. I was not late on the first date, all right? You handle that one. Remove for inaccuracy. Now, if they, remove it, or they don't know, we're going on to late payment 2. If they remove it, great. If not, we're going on to late payment 3, okay? Once you get to that last late payment, because remember, we're only updating a matter of 3 late payments. If you get to that 3rd late payment and they have not removed, now you can get them for reporting false information, right? Because a late payment is technically illegal. It is transactional information which does not belong on your credit report. Now we can go after false reporting, and when it comes to false reporting, that is a violation. We can hit them with the false reporting, all right? So don't be discouraged if you go after late payment 1 and, oh man, I didn't remove it, they didn't give me a bank statement, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go on to the next one. Now we're gonna hit them all at the same time for all of these late payments, like payment 1, 2, and 3, or 1 and 2, or even just 1, okay? So number 1, go after the oldest late payment. Number 2, you're gonna go after the 2nd. Number 3, you're gonna go after the 3rd. And number 4, you're gonna go after false reporting. Number 5, you're gonna go after notice of dispute. I just gave you 5 different ways to dispute your late payments. So there's nothing that you can say that would be, like, oh, what if they do this? What if they do that? Anything that they send to you in the mail, you're gonna see it right on your credit report. It's bullshit, okay? If they say, oh, well, we don't understand the nature of your dispute. Yeah, they do. It's just a stall tactic. Oh, we're not going to reinvestigate. Yes, you are. Just a stall tactic. Oh, we think that you're working with a credit repair company. Guess what? They send that to everybody. Every single person that has been disputing, whether you are with a company or whether you're doing it yourself, has received that letter. It's nothing other than a stall tactic. Remember, go back a couple minutes ago where I was saying that they have 0 incentive to remove these things from your credit report. So now when you get these things in the mail, all you're gonna do is put them in the trash. Seriously, put it in the trash. The only thing you need is your credit report. If you dispute something and 30 days after you sent out your certified mail, if it's still on there, guess what? Send out a new dispute. 30 days later, after you sent your certified mail, if it's still on there, send a new dispute. So nothing that comes in the mail except for your credit reports are going to be anything that you should be looking at, because it's just going to discourage you. It discourages my clients when they receive these things. And guess what? What I tell them? Put it in the garbage. That's it. Put it in the garbage. I know exactly how to handle these things. So if you don't know how to handle stall tactics, you can learn it right inside of my toolkit. Send me to.co/toolkit. All right. So I think that was enough. We're at almost 15 minutes now. So I think you have enough to go out there and get the credit bureaus. All right. So if you have questions about this, once this becomes a replay, you can post it down in the description and I will help you, all right? I will help you. But if you get my toolkit or my playbook, it's gonna be everything that you need to know on disputing and removing late payments. And there's a bunch of things I'm adding to both the toolkit as well as the playbook, all right? So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. This is a very, very, very frustrating process, and I get it, okay? I get it. The reason that I make these videos is because I know what it's like to have the bad credit as far as like a consumer goes, because I had the bad credit, okay? So I know what it's like to pay for things out of pocket. I know what it's like to have to pay 26%, APR on a freaking 2010 vehicle. I know what it's like to pay $350 a month for that 2010 vehicle for your car insurance just because of your credit. I know what it's like to live in the projects. I know what it's like to do all of these things because I have been there. And the only thing that got me out of it was fixing my credit, okay? I had to pay for school out of pocket. I had to do so many things just because of my credit. I could go on and on and on for hours. So trust and believe, I understand the frustration. Trust and believe, I understand the plight of having all of these things that you can't get rid of because you don't know how to, okay? It takes someone with perseverance and someone that is not going to get frustrated, that's going to be able to remove these things from their credit report. And if that is you, then today is the day that you can say enough is enough. I'm going to remove these things. Now, all right, that is it. So go check those links. I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you later.